Alright, so I showed you some battles from the Britannia campaign. I'm going to show you a custom battle in the Americas campaign now. I'm playing as the Apache. These are one of my favorite factions to play as. And I'm going to show you a bit about this faction. Generals in the Apache faction fight on foot, and these guys have shields, wooden armor, and axes. I also have some medicine men with my general. These guys can chant to inspire morale. And my general is further protected by these two units of Ondes men, who have spears. They're able to protect against cavalry. They have wooden armor, shields. Very elite warriors in the Apachean society. Dog soldiers are a standard for their armies. You have lots of them, or you should at least. They're pretty affordable, but they're also really good. They're competent. They're good archers, really good archers, but they're also competent in hand-to-hand. The Apache and Braves are the main infantry force you have. They have decent armor, and they have javelins. And the Koitsinkos are an elite for the archers. They're an elite of the dog soldiers. And if you get access to gunpowder, you get the Thunder Braves. These guys have muskets. And if you get access to guns and horses, you can get mounted Thunder Braves. Alright, I'm going to start the battle. I'm fighting against a small but very elite Spanish army. First unit that I see over here is a unit of Spanish Dragoons. Very elite, very dangerous. This unit of musketeers over here has gotten isolated. They're being shot by my Thunder Braves and my archers. The enemy has a culverin that is able to hit my units back here. That's not good for me. As the Apache, you'll have to rely on a lot of stealth in order to win, a lot of subtlety. Ambushes are very useful. It's not too hard to outnumber the Spanish when you're playing as a Mesoamerican faction. And that's very useful because otherwise you're not going to be able to win. Because the Spanish troops, a lot of them will have 2 hit points. You can see the cannons wreaking havoc on my men. My Braves are able to throw some javelins at these Dragoons that are getting too close. little bit of aggression goes a long way. A tactic that may prove useful if you're playing as the Apache is to have your archers switch to flame, because the fire will actually cause morale damage. I'm gonna do something daring here and order a cavalry charge. My braves are going to earn their name as braves. Gonna pull them back. I don't want them to get into a fight with the conquistadors. I don't need to waste them. I need to be very careful with my cavalry. My guns are also quite valuable. Some of my braves are actually able to fire back. Looks like they've moved back out of position now. So while my infantry is holding off against the Spanish infantry, I'm just going to go ahead and attack the enemy culverin. The culverin's moving to attack, to counterattack. It's not going to matter much though. And there we go. My Thunder Braves have taken out the enemy cannon. The Spanish don't seem to like this. Now have the enemy outflanked. This will be useful for me. The enemy's making a cavalry charge against me. That is very bad. Very bad for me. Send in some of my dog soldiers. Cinco are closer.
We bleed our foes well. Soon they will run.
Getting a good flanking strike here on the Terrico pikemen. They're now routing.
The enemy leader runs before our warriors. Hunt him and his warriors down.
I gotta love these guys.
See the enemy run before our might. We will leave nothing behind but widows and weeping.
And the Spanish are broken now, basically due to the lack of morale. Having numbers is very useful. You can win battles with numbers. Enemy morale won't hold up very well. As the Spanish are invaders, this isn't their homeland. They don't understand the terrain very well. A lot of factors go into it. Mounted Thunder Braves carry tomahawks for backup. Tomahawks are quite useful. They do quite a bit of damage. Not as much as a sword, but as far as this campaign is concerned, they're definitely one of the better sidearms to have. This music's really good too. It definitely gets you into the right feeling. Thanks, Spain, for the guns. We're just gonna shoot some birds for dinner now. For some strange reason, sometimes troops aim up a little bit too high. Normally they aim at the way they should. Maybe they're arcing their bullets to hit these guys all the way over here. That'd be ridiculous, but this game can be kind of ridiculous sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed this. One of the reasons why I like the Apache in this game is the Apache are an all-inclusive tribe of all of the Native American tribes. I actually have some Cherokee ancestry. And sometimes you can get generals that are from the Cherokee tribe. The reason why that is the Spanish called all of the North American tribes the Apache. So in this game, the Apache are an all-inclusive tribe of all of the Native Americans that lived in North America. I used the word Mesoamerican earlier, and that's because during this time period, the Aztecs and the Maya were still very much around, so these would be Mesoamerican era Apache. And like I said, they're not really Apache, they're Apache and everything else. You can see the invasion for the Spanish has been quite disastrous. At some point in the game, you will actually be invaded by the French and the British as well. So Europe is definitely going to cause problems if you play as a Mesoamerican. Before you get gunpowder and horses, you can get horses, and of course the Apache do have bows. The Apache are able to recruit really good cavalry archers as well. I brought most of the units that the Apache can recruit. One of the ones I didn't bring was the Rabbit Boys. Rabbit Boys are a very low-end archer that they can get. It's what a soldier has to be before he can become a dog soldier. I didn't use my Apache and Scouts at all, but one of the advantages of them is they can hide anywhere, so they're very useful for mounting ambushes. Despite the fact I didn't use any, my army ended up being positioned around the place where I hid them, so I did end up losing some. But if you position them away from the main army, you could ensure that your Apache and Scouts won't be killed. The Thunder Braves took quite a few casualties, probably because they have guns. It makes them a desirable target. And when I backed them up with the Koitsenko also suffered from being close to them.
Sing! Our victory is so great, even our ancestors will feast tonight.
And so Captain Mochini of the Apache has been able to beat Captain Americo, who is very uniquely named. I deployed 1,251 men. The Spanish brought 481. Men lost. I lost 251, and my opponent lost 465. Percentage-wise, that means I lost 20% of my army, and he lost 97% of his. Men remaining, I have 1,000 men remaining, and Captain Americo has 16. Enemies killed, 238, 226 captured, 281 enemies killed from the enemy's side. Casualties inflicted. War Chief's men didn't inflict any, but they do provide a moral morale bonus. Onde's men took down 10 and 1. So they were able to thicken up the side they got charged by the cavalry. Oh, my Braves took quite a few casualties too here. 45, 6 in this unit. That means they got hurt really bad. 55 and 29 here. Apache and Braves, casualties inflicted 5 and 2, 1 and 17. So my Javelin men didn't do a whole lot of damage. That's not too unusual. Koitsenko took down 29 and 1. Thunder Braves took down 30 and 24. My Dog Soldiers took down 6 and 4. And 3 and 18. They probably would have done better if they had a better line of sight. Mounted Thunder Braves took down 42 and 45. And they both gained an experience update. So, like the previous battle I did with the Irish, when the Irish get access to gunpowder, they become quite a force to be reckoned with. The Apache are the same story. If the Apache get access to gunpowder and horses, then they can do a lot of damage. I hope you enjoyed this. I will have more videos for you soon. Thank you for watching.